Dear friends, you are aware of the recent controversy in Rajya Sabha. Amit Shah a few days back had said that taking Ambedkar's name has become a fashion. This statement has sparked controversy, and opposition's party and several Ambedkarite organizations have criticized Amit Shah for insulting Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. Opposition's parties have criticized BJP, and they have demanded that Home Minister Shah should not only apologize, but he should also step down. The ruling party, on the other hand, has accused the opposition's party for betraying Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, and the attack is on the Congress party. So, in the last couple of days, the politics is being made around Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, and both the Congress and the BJP are trying to show that they are more close to Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. But as a student of history, we have to speak about the fact that Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar was critical of both BJP, RSS, the Hindu right forces in India, as well as the Congress party led by Nehru and Gandhi. In his book, A State and Minorities, he clearly said that effective and proportionate representation is important, and without ensuring effective and proportionate representation to minorities, democracy cannot be successful. So, today we will be briefly looking at what Baba Saheb Ambedkar has to say on both the BJP, the RSS, the Hindu right and the Hindutva forces, and the Congress party led by Nehru after independence. And Dr. Ambedkar died many years before BJP was formed. However, the BJP is representative of the RSS, the Hindu Mahasabha political trend in this country, and Baba Saheb Ambedkar was critical of the Hindu right and the Brahminical forces. So, let me now turn to Baba Saheb Ambedkar's criticism of Hindu right, Brahminical forces, and his ideological critique of Hindutva politics can be extended for his critique of the BJP. The first major contradiction is that the Hindu right, represented by the BJP, the RSS, the Hindu Mahasabha, is for Hindutva politics. Hindu right is for Hindu nation. Hindu right is for Brahmanism. They may not articulate Brahmanism openly because of the strength of Dalit and Bahujan parties, but their policies is very much based on Brahminical ideology. So, while the BJP, the RSS, the Hindu Mahasabha are champion of Brahmanism, Hindu nation and Hindutva, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has upheld liberty, equality, fraternity. While Brahmanism is the core ideology of the Hindutva forces, Buddhism is the guiding philosophy for Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. In Ambedkar's understanding of Buddhism, the negation of God, the negation of supernatural forces, the negation of Swarg and Nark, the hell and the paradise, the negations of superstitions and rituals are fundamental. Instead of them, Dr. Ambedkar stressed Karuna, that is kindness, and Pragya, that is rationality. So, in Ambedkar's understanding, Buddhism is not all about worshipping God, but Buddhism is preferred by him because this religion is giving a space for community life for the Dalits who have been denied civil and political rights by the Hindu religion. So you could see here that the major contradictions between Ambedkarite thought and Hindu right is on Hindutva, Hindu nation, Brahmanism versus liberty, equality, fraternity and Buddhism. The Hindutva forces have been defending the caste system. They may not defend it under the political pressure openly, but their policies are very much based on the caste system, and they have never launched any serious program to eradicate caste system. Many a time the leaders from the Hindutva forces have justified the caste system. On the other hand, Ambedkar's philosophy, Ambedkar's movement is for annihilation of caste. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar has believed that caste is against democracy, caste is against fraternity, caste is against development of the country, caste is against the emergence of nation in this country. On the other hand, the Hindu right forces represented by the BJP, the RSS, the Hindu Mahasabha have defended caste system. Majoritarianism is very much central to the Hindu right politics. Majoritarianism is very much center to the politics of the Hindu right, and they try to equate India with one culture, one religion and one community. They basically deny or do not sincerely believe in pluralism. Instead, they believe in the policy of forced assimilations. On the other hand, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar believed that minority rights are key to democracy. He was a very strong critique of majoritarianism, and he believed that a true democracy is the one where the rights of the minorities are protected. Sometimes the term minority is defined in a limited scope, but Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar included both religious minority and the caste minority within the broader term of minority. So he believed that proportionate representation and effective representation of the minorities is very important. He was willing to accept the fact that government is formed in a democracy on the basis of the majority support, but he was against the view that the minorities' point of view should be suppressed in the den of majoritarianism. Fundamental difference between Ambedkar's philosophy and Hindu right philosophy is that the Hindu right is supporter of majoritarianism, although they may not say it publicly, they may not accept it publicly, or they may accept it, but their policies is very much majoritarian. On the other hand, Baba Saheb Bhimrao's philosophy is based on the policy of safeguarding the interest of the weaker sections and the minority. The Hindu Right Party, led by the Hindu Mahasabha, the BJP, the RSS, they are champion of the rich people. They are champion of the landed elites. They believe in pro-market policies. On the other hand, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was for welfare state. He was for the state socialism, and he believed that social inequality and economic inequality should be addressed. He has said it many a times that political equality is not sufficient. Without social and without economic inequality, democracy cannot succeed. So you could see here that on the economic front also, Ambedkar and the Hindu right, they differ. Hindu right is basically the supporter of status quo, while Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is for radical changes in the society through peaceful way. He believed that economic and social changes should be brought about in society peacefully, and he said that without addressing inequality, democracy cannot be successful. So Hindu right is basically social conservative, while Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is a defender of marginalized sections. He is rational, he is a radical thinker, and he is for the change, for the betterment of the society. So you could see here that Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar's thought and the BJP, the RSS, the Hindu Mahasabha and other conservative forces are very different, and Ambedkar is for the rights of the minority, Ambedkar is for welfare state, Ambedkar is for equality, liberty and fraternity. On the other hand, the Hindu right is for preserving the status quo and helping the rich become richer. So to say that Baba Saheb Ambedkar was close to Hindu right, or the way the BJP leader is saying that Ambedkar had sympathy with the RSS, Ambedkar praised RSS, these are all historically not true. It is also a historic fact that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was also critical of the Congress party. He was also critical of Gandhi and Nehru. And Baba Saheb Ambedkar wrote a book, What Gandhi and Congress Has Done to Untouchable, around 1940s. Ambedkar was included in Nehru cabinet. He became the first law minister of India. But after a couple of years, he became disenchanted with the Nehruvian policies and the Congress, and he resigned one day over Hindu Code Bill, and he formed scheduled caste federations, and in 1952 elections he had alliance with the Socialist Party, and during the electoral campaigns he is traveling across the country and he is expressing his deep disagreement with Nehru. One of them was that he was not given the ministry of his choice which was promised by the Prime Minister. Similarly, Baba Saheb Ambedkar was not given a space to express himself in the cabinet meeting. He has written it very clearly. He was kept out of the meeting of the cabinet ministers. So Ambedkar is critical of Nehru for not respecting the voices of the oppositions. Ambedkar is critical of the fact that the media is not ready to give appropriate space to opposition party, and it is basically giving overwhelming space to the ruling party because it hoped that by doing so it will be able to get advertisement and support from the government. So Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar believed that a strong opposition is very important, and in Nehruvian phase we are all aware of the fact that opposition's party was not recognized. First time in 1969 the leader of the oppositions were recognized. So Nehru was presented by his supporter to be a true democrat, but Baba Saheb Ambedkar is of different opinion. He is basically, Baba Saheb Ambedkar is saying that Nehru did not give sufficient space to the leader of the opposition. Dr. Ambedkar is also critical of the fact that Nehru's government is not removing corruptions. Nehru government's administration is not functioning on the rational basis, but the administration is giving preference to those who are close to the power. Dr. Ambedkar is also critical of the fact that the basic facilities to people of India has not been ensured. People have not been given food, clothing, employment and other basic facilities. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is also critical of the fact that the conditions of laborers in Nehruvian regime is also not very satisfactory. So Ambedkar's criticism of the Nehru government is on many counts that it has failed to address the issues of scheduled caste, it has failed to address the issues of the marginalized community, it has failed to respect the voices of the opposition's leader, and as far as giving true representation of the Dalits are concerned, Ambedkar is also critical of Nehru, that Nehru has failed to do so. Ambedkar is very much sad to see that the Congress party is not serious about giving true representation. Some Dalits were given ticket by the Congress party, they have even won the elections, but they are not given a space to express themselves and address the issues of the Dalit community. That is why Ambedkar has often said that Dalit should try to vote for the candidate of the Scheduled Caste Federation, because independent voices, the genuine leaderships and the true leaderships of Dalit community can only address the problem of the marginalized community. So you could see here that Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was critical of both Hindu right and the Congress party, and instead of them he wanted to mobilize Dalits and other marginalized communities on the platform of the Scheduled Caste Federation, and he was willing to have alliances with the like-minded party, including the socialists, and he in fact went into an alliance with the Socialist Party in 1952. So the Ambedkar's alliance with the socialist is also the negation of the allegations made by some scholars that Ambedkar was against socialism.